Hi everyone, how are you? Good, welcome. My name is Francesco, and I'm very happy to be here sharing with you my presentation called Asterisk dongled. So, first of all, I want to introduce myself. I'm a software developer, husband, and father of 2 children. Instead of say I come from, I prefer to say I come through because I'm Italian, but I lived 3 years in Angola, and actually since 6, I'm living in Argentina. I never say I lived in UK or USA, so be patient with my English. I've started with Asterisk 4 years ago, installing Trixbox. Since last year, I'm working only with pure Asterisk. This year was really satisfactory because I received the DCAP certification, and today I'm a speaker in this famous conference. Then 2 years ago, I started developing Hear Voice system, but I will speak more about this later. So, some years ago, my company needed to save money. It's not unusual in these times. Instead of calling our customer to notify them about invoice due, we started to use and send short messages. Initially, I've started using all Nokia phones with pure 80 commands using a Visual Basic application across a USB to serial converter cable. But afterwards, we need new features from this system. So, for example, increasing SMS channel, using them also for broadcast pre-recorded messages, broadcast voice, managing broadcast and either SMS and voice, interface with Asterisk, and finally, spend as little as possible. So I started to wish something cheaper, something like a cheaper device. No cable, no keypad, no battery. So finally, as cheap as possible, another time. And fortunately, at the end, I've been found what I'm searching for. This is the solution. Yeah, it's cheap, it's funny, it's simple. But there is another solution. This one, a dongle. This is a dongle. Is a complete cell phone having the size of a pen drive. So we can start with the practical part to see how to install this device, how to configure it. Firstly of all, I'll speak about requirements or what we need. Second, how to install dongle on Linux and configure it with Asterisk. After having installed the environment, I'll show some common syntax and capabilities of this device, of the new module. And finally, I've prepared a live demo to involve all of you. But now the idea was send a message now to this mobile. This is my mobile phone to participating in demo live. But here there is no signal. So we cannot participate to demo live. But I invite you, save this phone. This is my momentary phone here in the United States. Save this phone and send a message later, and I can contact you for do the demo outside this hall. So I will give you some minutes or some seconds to save this number. I will respect your privacy, so this is not for a marketing campaign, but only for demo purpose. So first, requirements. What we need to play with these cool things? All we need is a dongle. We can find it at eBay around $30. Pay attention because only Huawei modem are supported. not ZDE, for example. And besides, not all Huawei models are supported or have both voice and SMS capabilities. And finally, not all USB powered hub will work. Otherwise, the dongle will restart very often. Let's go to install and configure the device. So first, plug the device to your USB port. If you have problem with this, I think you might have problem with the rest of installation. After plugging the device, execute the mask, and the system will show a list of new serial port activating. And take note of the first port attached, in our case, TTY USB 0. So after, we can use Minicom. Minicom is a text-based modem control program. If you haven't it installed, you can install and get with apt-get install Minicom. Once you have get it, execute with C option that is for coloring and D option that is for open specified port. In our case, TTY USB 0. After a connection with the modem is established, a black screen appears. Then here we can execute any AT commands. Here I will simulate or execute AT to check the connection, ATI to get device information, AT plus CGSN to get the unique serial number for the device, known as IMEI. Then AT plus CIMI to get the unique serial the number of the SIM card, SIM card installed inside the device. AT caret C voice equal signal question mark to check if voice is enabled. And U2 caret U2 dia equals 0, this is very important, to switch the device in modem-only mode. And finally, take note of both IMEI and IMSI codes. So now we have installed the device in Linux, and we can configure it on Asterisk. Before all, we need source code of Chan dongle. We can get it from Google Code. Then enter the file, execute configure, make, then make install. And copy dongle.com sample file to etc asterisk folder. Editing dongle.conf, we can create a new channel. In this case, we create a new section. The name is dongle1, the name of the new channel. Instead of use TTY USB port, we can we can write the exact IMEI and IMSI code of our device. Context parameters define where to start in DialPlan when someone calls our SIM card, our channel. And finally, each time you change dongle.conf, you should execute dongle reload now from CLI to reload the new configuration. OK, after this, we can test if the module is correctly installed in the system. And from CLI, Asterisk console, we can execute help dongle and see a list of new commands. Here, I've marked in red those that must be used. For example, if you want to see which version of module you have installed, execute dongle show version. To see how many devices you have in your system, execute dongle show devices. Here we can see dongle 1, that is our dongle. If any problem appears and you should restart the dongle, execute dongle restart now, or another option, then device name. And finally, I repeat, each time you change dongle.conf, you should reload with reload configuration with dongle reload now. Okay, here I've prepared a table that shows some of the most common problem or mistakes you can encounter during the installation. Normally, problem is solved unlocking the modem or enabling voice features that is normally disabled. Another common problem is that Linux recognizes the device as memory storage instead of modem GSM. So the solution is execute with minicom at:\u2diag = 0. This command will set the device in only modem mode. Okay, so now we have a dongle installed and configured, and let's go with the most interesting part of this topic, its usage. Call and receive. We can see here how to do a call. Edit extension.conf. Here I created an extension 74. Then I can dial my mobile phone when someone executes this extension. And the syntax is dongle, this is the channel, dongle1, the device, and finally, the phone number. On the other side, we can receive a call. And here I've created an S extension in dongle incoming context. If you remember, it's the context of my device. And this portion of code of DialPlan will be executed every time someone calls the number of the SIM. So how to send SMS? We have three ways to send messages: from Asterisk console, DialPlan, and finally from MA, Asterisk Manager Interface. Starting with CLI, the syntax to send a message is dongle, SMS, dongle name, phone number of the destination, and finally the text message. I repeat, dongle, SMS, dongle1 in our case, my mobile phone, for example, and the message. This is an example of outgoing message from CLI. Go ahead with the DialPlan. ChanDongle introduced a new function called dongle send SMS. It needs at least 3 parameters: dongle name, phone number, and text messages. Here I've created, I can now test it, an extension 78 to send a simple message to my mobile phone. And at the bottom, you can see what the CLI show during the execution of this extension. On the other side, we can receive messages. ChanDongle introduced, or better, we should use the special extension SMS here. And this portion of code will be executed every time a message arrives into our dongle. Here we can catch some useful information, like dongle name, that is the name of the channel of the dongle, caller ID, so it's the sender, and finally SMS base 64 underscore base 64, that is the message coded in base 64. Okay, so I'm sorry, but time is not enough to show all the function, configuration, or commands of ChanDongle. So you can learn more about this topic visiting these sites. And forum activity is not really high during the last month. But I hope that after this talk, it can be increased.